Manchester City have made a few big statement signings already, with Enzo Maresca planning to rebuild Manchester City slightly after Pep Guardiola's departure. But it's going to be interesting to see how they operate this season, because it could be interesting whether Enzo Maresca does really go far from Pep Guardiola's style. We saw not long ago when Arne Slot took over Liverpool after Jurgen Klopp's departure, Liverpool didn't change a lot. And that's what Man City could do. They may follow Pep ball and continue it just under Enzo Maresca instead. Is this going to benefit Manchester City, or do they need to rebuild for the future, which they are doing currently? After the break, I'll talk more about what they have done so far this summer transfer window, Manchester City, and what do they need to do next. Plus, everything we are previewing for this 2026-27 season for Manchester City. Well, they have brought in some interesting signings so far, Manchester City, including a massive one of Elliot Anderson. But it looks like a bit of a regroup for them, bringing in the young guns and pushing out the older players. This feels like a complete rebuild, but it doesn't feel like it's going to be a completely different system Enzo Maresca is going to bring. So far, they have brought in Elliot Anderson, their big signing so far this transfer window. Plus, they have brought in Jeremy Monga, who is an interesting transfer for them, and kind of shows the fact they want these young wingers, such as Doku and Semenyo and Monga, who are going to be dribbling and playing really wide. For Manchester City. I'm really excited to see how they rotate these players and use them from the wings. Plus, they have moved out some older players, including a really pivotal player who's been within Manchester City for a long time, Bernardo Silva and John Stones, who have moved to Real Madrid and Inter Milan. Now, these are two massive losses, just because of experience, plus the ability they brought to Manchester City. They are really replacing them. Bernardo Silva was replaced by Elliot Anderson, and I think if Rodri does go, this is a rumour at the moment, if Rodri does go, they could be replacing him with another young gun that I will talk about later. But there have been some big rumours so far for City, and it's definitely not quietened down their transfer window so far. But I expect a lot more to come out from this. Also, from these transfers, we have seen James Trafford leave, and this is just because he wants game time and he's left to Leeds United, so I'm excited to see him start in the Premier League again. And Manuel Akanji and Ake have left to different clubs, so those are some big departures as well. There is definitely feeling like a big regroup at the back for Manchester City this season, which could get interesting. I'm not sure how this will work out for Enzo Maresca, but expect a lot more to come this season and this transfer window from Manchester City, because there is a lot to come forward. After the break, I'll talk about more of how they will play, or how I'll expect them to play under Enzo Maresca, and how they will set up within this coming season. Currently, this is how Manchester City set up and how Enzo Maresca looks like he will go within this Manchester City side. I really like their attack, and they certainly have a lot of star players. And then moving back, they also have some incredible players defensively as well. I'm really interested to see how they use their fullbacks this season and their wingers, how they overlap and work together this season. With the likes of O'Reilly at left back, he does play quite a roaming role. First of all, at the back, we know Donnarumma is going to start in goal. He's a world-class player, and it's going to be interesting to see whether he has those issues with his footwork that he did last season. I expect he will, but whether Enzo Maresca tries to play football that doesn't get him playing on the ball very often. In the defensive line, they have some really strong players here. Nico O'Reilly was a breakthrough star last season, and I'm really excited to see how he up-levels and if he up-levels this season. Mark Gahey, what a signing for City there. And Kusanov, he has been really, really good for Manchester City as well at centre-back. Those two will be most likely the starters, but they need some more backups in that area. And that could be interesting to see where they go within the rest of the summer transfer window, considering quite a few players have left within the defensive line. Now, their one weak point, I think, within this lineup is right back for Manchester City. At the moment, it looks like it'll be Matheus Nunes or Rico Lewis at right back. I think they should bring in another right back that's possibly of higher quality. Nunes was pretty decent at the end of last season at right back, but we saw City were vulnerable in those areas from wingers getting past their fullbacks. They need to have that solidity this season if they want to fight for the Premier League title. Now, I really like this pairing here for the defensive midfielders. Elliot Anderson, incredible player. I've been watching him. He was the best at Nottingham Forest with Morgan Gibbs-White by a mile last season, and he has been such an exciting player. Playing for Liverpool, for England, and still bringing some incredible performances with them despite his young age. And yet, I think he is going to up-level still at Manchester City. His ability to put those ranging balls and slicing balls straight through defences that creates opportunities for his teams, those are so difficult to cut down. And he has such a good awareness of where everyone else is. It's going to be key for Manchester City for this season. Now, with him paired with Rodri, that could be an incredible pair. Those two could be phenomenal for Manchester City this season. But that's only if Rodri does stay. Rodri, of course, has been rumoured to leave to Barcelona, and I think it could happen. I really think it could happen. It looks like it's developing as well. So if that occurs, there could be another young player who comes into this lineup. That could mean a bit of a struggle, or at least a slow start for City to warm them into this team. And they're going to miss the likes of Silva and Rodri if they do leave, because those two have been so key for Pep Guardiola's side dominating games. But now it's Enzo Maresca, and it's going to change. I'm not sure how it will change, but it's going to change in some way at least. Moving forward in the attacking midfield areas, left attacking well, we know the wingers, Doku and Semenyo, are most likely going to take those positions, with Ryan Cherki as the centre attacking midfielder. This is an interesting area here. I really like it, but I've also brought in Munga, who is a winger and can play both sides, so he feels like a bit of a rotational player and a replacement if one gets injured of the likes of Doku and Semenyo. I think they are going to play really wide, those two wingers, and stretch oppositions, while Cherki is going to play that main creator there. But they will have creators at the back as well, with Elliot Anderson. I think they're going to be able to produce lots of opportunities here, Manchester City. It's just whether they can be the dominant side that Pep Guardiola had them playing. Up front, Erling Haaland. That is that. I wonder if Marmoush will stay, considering he hasn't been getting a lot of game time. And also Tijani Reinders. I wonder if he will stay, because those two players are really high quality players. It's just whether they can actually get game time with the high quality team Manchester City has. Now, after the break, I will talk more. What is next for City? Who do they need to bring in? What do they need to do? And I will also predict where they finish within this coming Premier League season. Who is left to come in for Manchester City within this summer transfer window? Well, I have one name I haven't mentioned that will highly likely be the player to move to this City side if Rodri is to leave, and that is the man, the myth, the legend, Bouaddi from Morocco. This guy has been a star and was really Morocco's shining light at the World Cup. Very young, very exciting, and looked like he controlled and created as well for Morocco really, really well at the World Cup. I'm so excited to see how they attack games if they have Bouaddi and Elliot Anderson, and whether they do start straight away, both of those two. I think another player who has not been talked about barely at all is Nico Gonzalez. He will be really interested to see where Enzo Maresca has him play, because he was actually a really good player for City when Rodri was out. I think he's a really good player, exciting, and is a good replacement. I don't know if he will be starting for City, but I think if they do bring Bouaddi and Elliot Anderson in, he will most likely be the guy that starts for at least the start of Enzo Maresca's tenure. I cannot wait though. This is an interesting area for City, and I think this is a really exciting period where we could see a completely different Manchester City side, or we could see a relatively similar one. Questions will be answered straight away though, and I cannot wait to see how they adapt to Enzo Maresca's new system. Who else do they need to bring in or get rid of? I think they need to at least bring in some money. Maybe Tijani Reinders departs. That could be one of the, or Omar Mamouche could be leaving. I think at least one of them will head out within this window. And as I said before, they need to bring in a high quality right back as well. Then, after that, I think they will be such a difficult side to play against if Enzo Maresca has them playing the right football. Where do they aim this season? I think they have to aim for the title. That's what all these clubs will be aiming for. But I don't think they will get there just because Arsenal are nearly miles ahead of other teams at the moment. They weren't miles ahead of City last season, at the end of last season in the Premier League, but having the same manager from the last season when they won the Premier League, having the only manager in the Premier League that has won the league, Arsenal have really upgraded their squad as well. They are going to be a tough side to counter against. That's why I think since Enzo Maresca will not straight away get his side playing exactly the football he wants, they will not win the title. But I think they can definitely challenge and get far within the season. I think they will come third this season. And it's not going to be a huge drop-off from Pep leaving. I think the next season could be where it gets interesting. Now, tune in for more. The Premier League season is just about to kick off, and once it does, I'll have content every week. But at the moment, I'm still bringing content every week, previewing every team, or most teams, and will have a big Premier League season prediction as well coming forward. But enjoy what is left of your break from the Premier League. We have so much to look forward to, and thank you for listening.